Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. My name is the Nomad Preacher. Tonight's gonna start a new series called the Dear Diary series. As a Christian, I feel like it's important in order to talk to each other about what's going on behind closed doors, as well as being honest and really serious about our faith with God. I hope to see more people doing this, as this is a really cool idea and it's going to give you a glimpse into my life as to the choices and spiritual forces that I face every day, and the decisions that I have to make. So that's what the Dear Diary series is for. Let's get started. Dear Diary. Today I woke up and I had to go meet my friend Mike in order to get a sleeping bag to fit in the back seat of my car for sleeping in it. The sleeping bag was really nice, and after that, I decided to go to church. I felt compelled to go to church, and I haven't been going to church for about 3 to 4 months. So I decided to go to church, and as soon as the pastor got on the stage, I felt like his message was directed towards me. I felt like God was convicting me of something that I had done that was wrong. So I did a quick reflection of my life, and the conclusion that I found was that God was going against the sexual immorality that I had been participating in for the past week. I had just started a new chapter of my life with a new girlfriend. I'm not going to mention her name, but we had been having sex, and I felt like God was telling me that we should not be doing this. So I made a decision. I was not about to go against God, so I texted her, "Hey, we need to talk." I didn't just, cut her off or not see her anymore. She's a Christian woman. I'm a Christian man. We were both walking in the faith. And I decided to talk to her to see what her thoughts on the matter were. As a team, each person's side and each person's thoughts matter. So I decided to talk to her, and she agreed that maybe we should start following God the way that the path of righteousness requires. The pastor had been reading from Matthew 25, and in Matthew 25, it's the parable of the man who goes on a great journey, and he gives his money to his servants. And I felt in this case, or God was telling me, that I was the last man who just didn't care about his faith, and he puts it off to the side, right? And when the master comes to collect on people who follow him, he throws that man into hell, because the man uses his faith as a last resort in order to escape, while still doing worldly things as a priority. So me having been doing, intimate acts with my girlfriend, as a Christian man, I got convicted and I decided to drop it. I was proud of the decision, and I'm proud of her for agreeing to go the same way. I feel like this will allow us to grow more in our faith together and be a good learning experience as to how we're going to make decisions together and how we're going to work out together. I feel like progress was made, considering in the past I would have never even considered this, and I feel like I'm drawing closer to God and choosing God above, myself. So whereas I used to be very selfish, I feel like now I'm starting to choose God over everything else. From the church, I decided to, from seeing her after that conversation, I decided to go and bring her to the shelter that I stay at. I had 2 Celsiuses, so my stomach was upset. So I ended up on the toilet for the rest of the day. And so what happened after that was I decided to drop her off back home and stay in for the rest of the night. After dinner, which was chicken and rice, I decided to read some more scripture. And I'm reading about my favorite Bible character. His name's Samson. He's a Nazarite, and I realized something that I never realized before. So I never realized that Samson was married before Delilah. And, this story helped me explain a little bit, or understand a little bit, as to Samson and why he acted the way that he did against the Philistines. So I didn't realize that the Timnite had given his wife away to somebody else, right? So he got married, and then his father-in-law decided to give his wife to his cousin. So what he did was he took 300 foxes, tied a torch to their tails, and set all their fields on fire. It was a really cool story, and I hope to finish it up tomorrow. But I also have to get up at 6 tomorrow to go shoveling. So we'll see how that goes. At least it's some money. I'm looking for a job. Waiting for an answer back from Canopy Lake Park as if I got the job. Other than that, nothing exciting happened today. But that was my day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.